Fear Street 1994. Okay, so this movie is one of those that I wasn't anticipating, but it looked cool because they are doing this in a different way. They have, made three parts of this movie. Well, yeah, you could say it's a movie, but so it's very low budget though, when I saw it. But yeah, it's a three-part movie series, and it's releasing every weekend from today. So today was the first part, and that's what I have seen. Uh, I would say that it was okay. I found it a lot of I found there was a lot of cheesiness to it. I think that was on purpose though, um, because they didn't make a parody of themselves, but they had a lot of old horror movie tropes in there, like one of the guys was like very over the top all the time, like even for the little of things he was just yelling and shouting, and the intensity was 99 in every scene, every little scene. And I was like, why is he doing that? And even the music was just on the intensity of 99, even when the little of things were happening. So I thought that was the style they are going with. I do enjoy the world that they created. Um, the concept is very cool. The music is amazing. The ending was also really good because it teases the next movie, and I thought that was the best part actually from the entire movie, the teaser for the next movie. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I think
Well,
about it.
look, what caught my interest with this is that this is a trilogy that's completely shot, and every Friday a movie will come out. So this week was Fear Street 1994. Next week will be Fear Street 1978, and then the following Friday will be Fear Street Part 3 1966. So this is interesting. We've never seen this before, I don't think, have we, on streaming services where a trilogy comes out within three
No.
weeks. We've only seen that for shows maybe and stuff, but Netflix always drops their stuff at the one time. So this is maybe a little bit of an experiment with Netflix, maybe for some shows for the future, maybe for some part one, part two movies, maybe. But just to give you the basic kind of plot for this one is a circle of teenage friends accidentally encounter the ancient evil responsible for a series of brutal murders that have plagued their town for over 300 years. Welcome to Shadyside. So basically, every 20, 15, 30 years, something terrible happens in this town. And it's all because of this demon. So this is 1994, and something terrible happens. And KC talked about maybe over the top and the score and stuff like that. I think it was done on purpose because that's what a lot of those slasher movies were.
Yeah.
Scream, for example, and stuff like that. That's the way they kind of did it. So, yeah. So I thought it was interesting. Yeah, the pacing is terrible in this film. It's all over the place. I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, we're here already!" Like, I didn't really get time to who they really were. The main character I thought was very annoying.
Yeah.
She's obsessed over her a love interest that she broke up with, but now the person she liked has a new lover and stuff like that. They're all teenagers, so it's all kind of teenage drama and stuff like that. But I thought that was they were very annoying, but the gory elements are so
Yeah.
but like bloody and terrible and stuff, and the makeup effects are very kind of low budget. But I think that was again for the reason of the 90s and stuff like that. But a lot of these scenes caught me off guard because the kind of the slasher, the killer, brutally murders these people, and we see it. Casey, there's
Yeah.
times where like someone's head gets kind of
The
like,
one of the
just like
scenes
a knife or a hatchet or something like that, and you
yeah.
get to see it, or the body is close.
Yeah, exactly. That particular
You
scene,
know,
what you're
it,
talking about, that was, in the third act, right? So the first kill
yeah,
when it happens, I thought that, they would probably stop, or, it would not happen, or the screen would, jump to someone else, cut to someone else. But no, you see it, and you see it all the way through, and you never expect it. So that was that was just
yeah,
funny.
and they actually took inspiration from Scream, because when Scream first came out, Drew Barrymore was in the opening sequence. She was in all the marketing. And she might have been on the posters, and everybody thought, "Oh, Drew Barrymore's in this new slasher film. Oh, pretty cool." And the opening sequence, spoilers for Scream if you haven't seen it, it's been up for like 25 years, was killed in the opening sequence, and then
Oh
the movie
no.
starts. We get something very similar like this in this movie. The actress who's in the opening scene, I won't spoil it. You've seen other things before. You've seen her before as well,
Other
and you
things.
would think, oh, she's an actress that would lead this film.
Other
What's that?
things.
Other shows and movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so the opening sequence is very similar to Scream. So yeah, I think it's interesting. People in the chat seem to be intrigued by it. Sienna and Brian and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So definitely worth checking out. It's nothing amazing, but I think the jump scares, the slasher moments are definitely intriguing. And look, the part 2 that was next week was definitely worth checking out.
Absolutely. I would definitely recommend this one. It's fun. It's not even the over the top stuff. I hate it when they break the movie. I want, if they're going that route, I don't want them to make fun of themselves, or make fun of the audience. And they never do that. They're always over the top, but it's not played for comedy. It's always like serious in there. And I was like, wow,
Yeah.
okay, that's cool. Because I guess that's their style now. So even with the marketing and everything, the posters, it looks like they are going with that style. So that's cool. And I'm definitely more excited for the second one, actually, because the teaser, I cannot say what it is because, some of the spoilers are in there, but the teaser for the second one is actually pretty good.
And just before I ask Max his opinion on the marketing, or if you've seen the movie, in this film we get kind of a history lesson of all the other activities that's happened in Shadyside over the last 300 years. So we actually know what happens in 1978, which is part 2, like the basic story, like with the killer, and the one in 1966. So I'm intrigued to see how they do those, because those are very, very dark.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how they do those next week. And I also think this could be something that happens regularly for this franchise, because it's based on a number of books. And there's only 3 stories they're exploring here in this trilogy. So there's definitely more to do. A movie series. So 3 of them drop every single year. That'd be interesting within 3 weeks every summer. So I'd be down for that if part 2 is interesting and good.
Yeah.
But Max, have you seen the film or the marketing, or has it intrigued you whatsoever?
I wanted to watch it, but I'm waiting for my fiancé to watch it together. But I saw the marketing, and I really, really enjoyed this. This idea of releasing these 3 movies 1 week apart, and this, saga that goes backwards in time. It's a really interesting and unusual concept, and I'm interested in it. I'm not the biggest horror fan or slasher movies fan, but this has something like, at least from the promotional material I saw, something between the Stranger Things and classic slasher movie vibe for it. So I think I might enjoy it. We might enjoy it, but as of now, I haven't seen it, so I can't say.
Yeah, and even Brian Cowley is waiting for his wife to watch it with as well, his spouse. So that's that. I think it would be enjoyable to sit down with someone and watch it, Casey. I think it'd be a lot more kind of enjoyment of it, because of the jump scares and some of the gory moments where you could look at your friend or your partner and say, "Oh my god, that was this," But Casey, I think we both agree the dialogue is terrible in this film. Yeah, so bad. It's probably.
I'm seeing a friend.
Bad teenager.